website right now and download my free course on alternate picking mastery. It contains 5 essential exercises that will take you to alternate picking mastery faster than you can imagine. And then I've included my method of how to lay out a practice plan in just 1 to 2 minutes that will absolutely boost your results like nothing you ever tried before. So go download it right now. It's free. I was just using multiple pentatonics here. Sometimes it sounds like I'm using just the pentatonic scale, and then I'm using the major scale, or the, in this case, C major 7th arpeggio. But I'm doing none of that. I'm just using pentatonic scales, which is the first thing I mentioned. So how do you do this? Well, it's actually pretty simple. You can just experiment your way to finding some really cool sounds and use the same tool that you know already. And this little lesson here is kind of a teaser for the program we got out now, which is called Advanced Pentatonics. But even though it's called Advanced Pentatonics, you don't have to be an advanced player. Quite the contrary. You can use what you know already. And this is a demonstration of that. So let's say you're in the key of C, right? And to keep things simple here, I'm just going to focus on the first chord in the key of C, which is the C major chord, right? And if you're using the major scale to play over that, it's a little bit hard because not every note sounds so good. That doesn't sound that doesn't sound that good either. Oh, that sounds pretty good. But that's because it's in the chord already. Right? So it's pretty hard to that's why we use the pentatonic scale, right? Because if we use the pentatonics, or the C major pentatonic / the A minor pentatonic, it's the same thing, same scale. So you can use your first position minor pentatonic shape in the 5th fret. If I use then the C major pentatonic, and I learn to use it so it sounds good over this chord, that's a much smaller process, a much easier process than using the major scale. Right? Such a nice task. But if I want the same benefit as using all 7 notes from the major scale, I hope this makes sense to you. I want some of the same sounds. I can use the other pentatonic scales hidden within the C major scale. So if you're in the key of C major, that means that everything that happens from the C major scale. Every chord that's being played is notes from the C major scale. Right? 7 notes. So we got 7 chords in the key of C because every chord is derived from the C major scale by taking every other note until you have 3 or 4 notes from each step in the scale. And that gives you C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, and the B minor flat 5. Those are the chords of the C major key from the C major scale, right? And you can use 3 different pentatonics within that scale. Because if you lay out the C major scale across the whole fretboard and try to fit your first position minor pentatonic shape on top of that scale, you will see that it fits the C major scale in 3 different places. The first one you encounter is the A minor in the 5th fret. If I play the C major scale from here, and I can totally see that the A minor pentatonic or C major, same thing, fits right on top of that. So I'm using notes from the C major scale, right? But the next place where it fits is in the 10th fret. Because you can play the C major scale up here as well. And that first position minor shape fits right there in the 10th fret. Go up to the next note in the C major scale, and I can fit the shape there as well. Right? And play an E minor pentatonic, which is the same as a G major pentatonic, and the D minor pentatonic is the same as an F major pentatonic. Doesn't matter really. The thing that matters is that we have 3 different pentatonics within the C major scale, right? And so let's say I have a C major. Let's make it a C major 7th because that's a 4-note chord. So we go. And now I'm just going to play my C major pentatonic on top of that. And I can just play my first position A minor shape because that's the same as the C major pentatonic. But if I then go and say, okay, could I use another scale? What about the E minor pentatonic? What is that to that C? Well, it's actually, it actually sounds pretty good. Just by using your ear. Just listen to this. If I use the C major pentatonic, and then the E minor, C major, E minor or G major, same thing. You see that the E minor pentatonic is a bit more dreamy. It's because it's exactly the same as the C major pentatonic, but with the C being the major 7th. So if you take the root note of C and push it down 1/2 step, 1 fret, you get that E minor pentatonic. So the scales look very much like each other, just with a few, but you don't have to know that. You can just say, okay, how does the E sound over that C? I'm playing first position minor pentatonics here. A minor and E minor. Right? So let's play the D minor, right? Or the F major, same thing. Just first position in 10th fret, the same shape. Wow! Okay, that sounds a little bit out, right? It sounds like I'm playing a different song. So if I want that effect, I can use the D minor or the F major pentatonic. Right? But, I'd rather stay with the A minor. Or C major, same thing. Or the E. Once I figure this out, I can say, okay, could I stay in the same place and use the E minor pentatonic down here? With my first position, A minor pentatonic / C major. Yeah, I could play it here in the 7th fret with a 4th position shape. And now I have the A minor and the E minor in pretty much the same place. E minor, A minor, or C major. Right? So I get some really cool tools that I'm just using my basic, good old minor pentatonic scale, or major pentatonic. So what's the recap here? Well, within every major scale, or minor scale for that matter, it's the same thing again. You can find 3 different pentatonics. And if you investigate, what am I playing over here, and how does these other pentatonics sound, then you can influence just one chord and really create some cool sounds on that without actually learning to improvise within the major minor scale. Or you can follow the chords around, right? Because if you have 3 different major scale or major pentatonics, which is also minor pentatonics, that's 6 different chords that they would follow. But that's what we're going to look on at in the next video here. And by all means, go check out the new program if you feel like doing so. Just click the link below here. Download free stuff, jam tracks, and all kinds of cool stuff. So go to our website, guitarmastery.net, and I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe for more free videos. Do it. Do it now. Do it.